Up to now, we've only been inputting and outputting whole strings. Now we're going to learn how to manipulate strings. For example, we might take a name and convert it to a different form, or take a string with a city, state, and postal code and separate it into 3 individual strings. Let's start by talking about operations on strings. I'm going to do most of the examples for this video in the Python shell rather than writing lots of small programs. We know that we have operations for numbers like addition and multiplication. It's also possible to add strings. The addition operator for strings puts strings together end to end. This is called concatenation. Both operands have to be strings. If I try to add a string to a number, Python will complain. The stir function, str, will convert numbers to strings, and then Python will be happy. We can multiply strings by numbers, however, and that gives us multiple copies of a string concatenated. You can get the length of a string, the number of characters in the string, with the len function. And those are some of our basic operators with strings. You can think of a string as a collection of characters that can be numbered by their position. In Python, the positions start at 0, not at 1. Let's set a variable named word to the word playground. You can use the indexing operator to select a single character from a string. To get the character at position 3, we type the index number 3 in square brackets, and there's the letter Y. We can read this as word of 3, and you'll often hear people read this as word sub 3, because getting the characters by position is a lot like using subscripts the way they do in algebra. It's also possible to use negative indexes to get characters from a string. When you use negative numbers, -1 starts at the end of the string and then works from right to left. For example, to get the letter N out of this word, we'll say word sub -2, and there's our letter N. Notice that this string has 10 characters in it. But the index positions are from 0 to 9. If I try to do this, I'll get an error message. String index out of range. I've gone past the end of the string. We can also get several characters from a string at a time by using the slice operator. The slice operator uses this notation: 2 numbers separated by a colon inside square brackets. It gets the slice or substring starting at position N up to but not including position M. Here's a concrete example. Given this string, if we want the characters LAST, those are the letters starting at index 1 up to but not including index 5. If we want to get the characters of the word elastic, we can write that as word slice from 0 to 7. Start at 0 up to but not including index 7. When you start at position 0, you can leave off the first number before the colon. If you want the last part of this string, you can write it as word slice from 6 to 10. Remember, that's position 6 up to but not including 10. Or you can leave off the ending number. Let's go to the shell to confirm this. We'll set the word to elasticity. We'll get the slice from 1 to 5, from the start of the word up through position 7, and from position 6 to the end. By the way, if you leave off both numbers, you get the entire string. That's a lot of information, so we'll end the video here and pick up with more things about strings in the next video.